So the theme of the conference that we're exploring today is about going from the park to the podium. So looking at amputees after injury and not focusing purely on those amputees who are going to move on to elite level athletics, but looking at what's important to them before their injury and how they might get back to that now, whether that's kicking a football around in the park with their grandchildren or getting back on a bike or going for a swim. It's looking at all those different things and what goes into putting that amputee back into the position they would have been had the accident not happened, and the team that's around them and what really matters to them.
I think if you look at sport, whether you're looking at sport on a domestic or an elite level, it requires certain elements, and those elements are strength, fitness, determination, and a mental toughness. So if we then look at an individual that's been through a traumatic incident, an event leading to limb loss, then that rehabilitation pathway and process requires those same elements of determination, strength, fitness, and to work with the mental toughness to overcome the challenges that lay ahead.
I'd certainly say if you're starting out in getting active as an amputee, you should try as many different things as possible, unless of course you're naturally pulled towards a certain sport. And then just learning how your body responds, because I think the more familiar you get with how you're using your prosthetic or what that sport or activity actually demands from your body, that response will kind of steer you where you want to go, because you'll enjoy certain things more or less and have to work or try a bit harder in some things more than others. But in terms of advice, I'd certainly say, yeah, try lots of things, find something you enjoy, and then make sure you have the right equipment and hopefully environment around you to be successful in it.
So I think for me, what the paraclimbing community brings is it gives a person a safe place to really explore their body after injury. So that can be a physical side, but it's also the social, the empowering the person to feel like they can get back to different activities outside of the rehab goals. So absolutely there's a place for the rehab, but there's also what other activities and how can someone interact with the local community.
Yeah, because we're all just as capable of climbing on our own in society, but having people around you that are thinking in the same way and have that adaptive brain, bring that energy, makes a massive difference to you. So yeah, it's the social benefits you get from that, it's the mental benefits you get from the progression through that, and then just, yeah, the community vibes all around.
And I think especially if we're talking about Bristol paraclimbing community, we've got 60 climbers in the group. So they all have all sorts of different injuries, and so they can bring their own personal factors of how they've adjusted to life after injury or limb difference.
So with sport and me being an active grandparent with me 5 grandchildren, since I've lost my legs, they kind of push me. So when I go to the track, I'm trying to catch them running around the track, and they know I can't catch them, but I'm pushing myself to catch them. So it is good me being like that with my grandchildren. I've always been sporty, and we've always brought my own children up to be sporty. Now we've got the 5 grandchildren. We're implementing that they get sporty with me. So wherever we take them, whether it's swimming, football, we're there, aren't we? Just
any appointment, any appointments we've ever had, any holidays we ever go on, any activities we ever do, is family orientated.
Yes, it is.
So we involve our children, if they can make it, and our grandchildren. So our grandchildren know as they're going along that John's at like the clinic if he's got to get his legs adjusted. Yeah. Or
they'll come, won't they?
If we go to the track, So like with John, John's learned to compete. He didn't know he was going to compete. We contacted a coach, and the coach helped John balance on his legs and compete. So he was ready in a short time to enter a competition.
Yeah.
So his first competition, we took the grandkids,
Yeah.
we took the grandchildren, because we couldn't believe that he'd be competing,
No,
could we?
no, I couldn't.
And the grandchildren thought it was great.
And them cheering, come on, Grandad, you can win, you can win.